So you're looking for a ceramic wheel coating that's highly effective, really easy to use? Well, if that's you, stay tuned because I've got something for you next. Hi, I'm Todd Cooprider with Esoteric. Want to talk about ceramic wheel coatings now. There's a lot of different products out on the market. You get confused over what's going to be best for your application. Maybe you're a DIY person. Maybe you own a detailing company. What we're looking for is not really different between the DIY person and a professional detailer. We may have at times in the shop where we've got 16 to 20 wheels a day that we need to do coating on. We obviously want to get something that's really effective, high performing, and easy to use. But we don't want to have to worry about any kind of problems, any kind of issues. We don't want to, think about what the weather is like out there, and that's going to affect the application. If you're a DIY person doing it for the first time, or maybe you've done it a couple times, you don't want to worry about those things. Either you want to make sure and get it right. Now, we've worked with a lot of wheel coatings over the years, and some of them get kind of difficult to use. And what do I mean by difficult to use? They get gummy, they get sticky. You can only apply it to a really small portion of the wheel at a time, and then they become difficult to wipe off. And that's particularly an issue when you're dealing with black wheels. You can have some smearing residue that you're left over with it, or you can have some high spots, and sometimes in wheels, particularly if you're dealing with a satin black wheel, you can't go back and fix that afterwards. Well, Kamikaze has got their new Stance Rim Coat 4.0. Obviously, they've had 3 versions before this, and it's something they've been doing for a long time. Kamikaze, as of right now, celebrating their 10th year in business, so they've been around the block. They know how to develop great products, all the stuff made in Japan. Well, what's different about 4.0 versus the previous versions? Kamikaze, they're one of those companies that they're never satisfied with, what they have. They're always going to be looking to push the envelope to get a better product. And that's what they have done over the years. Each iteration is going to get a little bit more effectiveness, more resistant to chemicals, easier to clean up, a better water repellency. Now with the 4.0, they have made, I'd say, a big leap over the previous versions in that they've gotten back to extreme ease of use. And to me, if you've been following this channel, you know the ease of use is paramount for us. I don't want to have something that any of our technicians are going to struggle with. And as a DIY person, I go back to my DIY days. Last thing I want to do is have to deal with a high learning curve and figuring out how to use this stuff. And some people with wheel coatings, they might not do it because they're afraid it's going to be difficult to use. They're afraid they're going to mess something up. Well, Kamikaze has reformulated it, and it is super, super easy to use, like sets the standard in ease of use. Well, why are you doing ceramic coating on wheels anyway? Well, first of all, if you've watched this channel for a while, you know that we talk about 2 things that ceramic coatings provide. They provide long-term good looks, and most importantly, ease of maintenance, meaning stuff cleans up easier. They're not there to provide hardness or scratch resistance, particularly on wheels, because wheels are going to take a beating. You've got one of those kind of cars that produce a lot of brake dust. You know how it's not fun at all when you go to clean up your car and you have to spend so much time cleaning up the wheels. Now with this, we've actually been working with this in our shop for several months now, and I can tell you it's as easy as anything that you're going to find to apply. And the easier it is to apply, the less chance you have at making a mistake. All right, now what about the other part, the ease of maintenance? That's the one great thing about the Kamikaze Stance Rim Coats over the years is you can even take a car that produces an insane amount of brake dust. If you keep it maintained, you don't go 3 months between washings. When you have it coated, a lot of times all you need is a pressure washer to knock everything off. Try to do that with a non-coated wheel. It's just not going to happen. You're going to be using harsh cleaners. You're going to be scrubbing it to get it cleaned off. This just makes it that much easier. I've had, 10 cars or whatever in the past 5 or 6 years. All of those cars, I've been using the Stance Rim Coat on the wheels. I have a tremendous amount of experience with it. It just makes my life much, much easier to clean up. And you may be saying, well, Todd, wait a minute, you've got a detailing company. Somebody else does the cleanup for you. Not the case. I don't know which cash paying customer I'm going to kick off of the schedule so I can get my own car in to get cleaned up. I'm usually one down there on the ground cleaning up all the wheels, so I know it very, very well. So, stance rim coat, what makes it so easy to apply? Well, the timing, that's the big thing. If you have a coating that you can only do a small section of the wheel and you have to wipe it off, not easy to use. If you have got something like a Stance Rim Coat 4.0, you can apply it to the entire barrel, the interfaces of the spokes, go in, casually wipe it off. Super easy, super slick. What we do is use a 2-towel method. First towel gets most of it off, follow it back up with a secondary towel, wipe off, and there's just no residue there. When you're doing the faces, even if it's an intricate face, the last thing that you want to do is worry about having some kind of coating that's caught up in either the lug nut holes or some of the other intricate areas. With this, you can apply it to the entire face regardless of how intricate the wheel is. Come back, as soon as you're done, start your removal process. It's going to come off super, super easy. Now, once you get it on there, give it at least 3 hours before you go drive the car. I like to try to keep them dry for about 24 hours if possible. If you don't do that, it's just going to reduce your durability on it. So try to keep it dry afterwards. What we're going to do here at the end of the video, stick around, don't leave. At the end of the video, we're going to link you over to one of our previous wheel coating videos. It's going to take you through the entire process, prepping, all the do's and all the don'ts. So if this is your first time or maybe your second time, make sure you check out that video at the end so you learn a lot more about it. Now, what do you get when you buy the Stance Rim Coat? Obviously, you get your 30 mil bottle. That 30 mil bottle is enough to do quite a few sets of wheels, or if you want to do a couple of coats on your car, you're going to have some left over. You can do your wheels, you can do your painted calipers as well. You've got a dropper that comes with it, and you also have an applicator that we also call the finger puppet. Really nice material. A big block is a little bit better for getting the back faces of the wheels because you can cover more space. But when you're talking about the more intricate areas, particularly on the front, the spokes, inside the lug nut holes, this is fantastic for doing the application. So you get all that. The other things you're going to need a couple of towels you're going to throw away when you're done, preferably some rubber gloves, something to prep the wheels with. Like I said, in that video we're going to link you to, it kind of goes over all of those details. So there you have it. You've got a fantastic brand new version 4.0 Stance rim coat from the Kamikaze collection out of Japan. Remember, Kamikaze has been around for 10 years, not a company that just popped up in the last 6 months. They know what they're doing. They have got superior coating technology from Japan. Japan has been around it longer than anybody else. All right, there you have it. Super easy, super effective Stance rim coat. You have any more questions on it, leave them in the comments below. I'm the person that goes in on YouTube, answers all that. If you've got some feedback from your use with it, leave the comments as well. As always, we appreciate you hanging out with us here on the Esoteric channel. Thanks, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.